Oh, dude, this looks fucking terrible. Need to... Why does it look so different? It looks so different. It's so noisy, too. That's crazy. If anybody is watching this on a rerun or you pop in, this is my first YouTube live. I'm fucking around with this camera. So this is a test run. If you pop in, we're talking horror. I'm gonna go through. I have a bunch of like DVDs that I have to put on my shelf and everything, but just feel free to like chat your favorite horror movies, what you're excited to see this year, any questions. I'm just dicking around with this camera and trying to like launch this YouTube live shit. So yeah, you just want to hang out, chat horror, cool. Otherwise, I'm trying to figure out why this color looks so different on YouTube. I'm not a professional at all, but we're gonna get this working. So it's so weird. I don't understand. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. Oh, Jesus. Hey, so I'm live on YouTube trying to figure out YouTube. So if you want to see me make a fool of myself, an ass of myself, while I figure out this new camera and figure out how to do YouTube, come on over to the YouTube, hang out, chat, yell at me, tell me I'm ugly, stupid, whatever. I just need the views. Hey, so I'm live on YouTube trying to figure out YouTube. Why is this so different? I don't understand. So if you want to see me make a fool of myself, an ass of myself, while I figure out the new camera and figure out how to do YouTube, come on over to the YouTube, hang out, chat, yell at me, tell me I'm ugly, stupid. Okay. I genuinely do not understand why the camera looks so bad actually on YouTube versus my camera app. So, listen, anybody that's hopping in here, I think there's 2 people in here right now. I'm a TikToker. I haven't done a live in so long. One, do people just like get on YouTube and just like chit chat horror, just like fucking chat, or do I have to be doing something? One, two, if it lags, if anybody would be nice to tell me if it's lagging, that'd be great. Don't troll me though, because I will hate you. And then I need to figure out why this camera looks decent on this camera hub and does not look good on YouTube. That's so interesting. What's everybody up to? I see there's 3 people in here who likes horror, who wants to discuss horror. I'm having a lazy morning, drinking my coffee. Ooh. Mr. Kruger. Good to see you coming home after from my local horror movie convention. What's your are you from Austin? I just got back from South by Southwest. It was a lot of fucking fun. I'm tired though. Why is it's so grainy on here? Oh, cool. I've never been to Horror Hound. Is Horror Hound worth the trip? I've got a couple friends up in Ohio, and I've always thought about making the trip up to Horror Hound. I want to do more horror conventions this year, but I'm so focused on the film festivals. Like right now, I just spent 9 days in Austin for South by Southwest. And then in like 2.5 weeks, I go to New Orleans for Overlook Film Festival. So it's like back to back. So then maybe after that, I can do some horror conventions. Um, that'd be sick. I want to travel a lot more and just do like more conventions and just like hang out and shit. I think that would be pretty cool. Who is who is all at Horror Hound? Did you meet did you get to meet anybody cool or did you buy some things? I don't need any more things, but I just bought 30 Days a Night Steelbook this morning that I did not need whatsoever. It can get crowded, yeah. Um Typically Saturdays for horror conventions are like rough no matter where you go. Fridays are pretty decent because it's like possibly day one of the festival. This camera is really bothering me. I need to get more lights or something. Um, Saturdays are typically pretty busy for whatever horror convention that you go to. It's so grainy and shit on YouTube. That's so weird. I got to meet John Kasher, Laura Petty, Derek Mears, Adrian Miller, Taylor Man. Oh, hell yeah. Reanimator light. Nice, nice, nice. I like to see Derek Mears, my buddy Chuck, just had Derek Mears on his podcast with Cody Leach. He says he's a very nice guy. I haven't got to personally meet him, but if Chuck and Cody say that he's great, I assume he's great. I like to see your picks on horror shorts. There are some good ones. I want a full length. Hey, what's up, Joey Readers in the podcast? Hey, thank you, Jeb. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Horror shorts. Here's something. I live with my best friend of like almost 20 years now. His name's Sean. He's on here. He's on YouTube under the name Sean is Inspired. He just put out a short film called Cold Call that I helped him with. I'm like the voiceover. Um, so if you want just a bunch of shorts to check out, um, look up the short film Cold Call. That was filmed here. Is done by my best friend roommate Sean. It's I enjoyed it. There's a really short film called Dead Grandma that I watched a couple weeks ago that was really good, super simple, very short, but fantastic. Um, there's another one. You're gonna hate me for this one, but there's a short called Gwilliam. You should look up that. Uh, you might hate me after you get done that one, but listen, Cody Leach is so humble, such a nice guy. I just hung out with him at South by Southwest. We actually got to uh, I got to go on like a little one-on-one walking date with Cody Leach last week at South by. We walked from the Alamo down to the Zach Theater and just like shot the shit. Cody is he's one of the best people that you can ever meet. I've done several film festivals with him over the last couple of years, and not once have I had a bad experience hanging out with Cody. He's such a nice guy. The first time, funny story about Cody Leach. I will not lie. I'm new to the YouTube space, right? I kind of like accidentally got a channel through TikTok, so I'm like new to this whole YouTube and like who like the big YouTubers are in the horror space and all that. I My first film festival was Fantastic Fest, and I got approved to do the red carpet for Terrifier 3. It was the premiere of Terrifier 3. So I'm on the red carpet. I'm at the very end, because nobody knows who I am, right? And in walks, now I know who they are, but Cody Leach and Sean Chandler come walking in and they stand right next to me. They say, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "What's up, fellas? Nice to see you. We stoked for this red carpet." Just like some banter back and forth. Um, and obviously, I knew that they had to be somebody because they're on the red carpet doing interviews. And I did the whole Fantastic Fest. Sean Chandler and Cody Leach invited me and another friend of mine, Gigi. The last day of Fantastic Fest, they took us on a big tour throughout Texas to go to all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre like locations. We went to the remake house, the remake packing plant. We went to the original like gas station barbecue place. Got photos. We had lunch. They took us to um, the barn in Friday the 13th remake, just a bunch of like random spots. And I was like, well, how cool is this? How nice are these guys taking us on this big tour? And it wasn't really until after Fantastic Fest when I started to post the videos. Hey, this guy Sean Chandler and Cody Leach like took us on this big tour, and people were like, "What do you mean you hung out with Cody Leach and Sean Chandler?" Then I was like, "Oh, these guys are like well known within the YouTube space." So that was really cool. And now every festival we go to, like we hang out, we get lunch and food, just like they are um very very nice people to hang out and talk with. Super cool. If I mispronounce your name, I'm so sorry, but Cicely, yes, check them out. There are a few good little shorts. I need to get into watching more shorts. I should like put that into my schedule. This light and coloring really bothers me. It's better than my old camera, I will say, but I need to figure this out. Um, do you get recognized out and about? So I've been recognized like here and there. It's very rare that I do. Um, because in the grand scheme of things, like I don't have a massive channel. Um, but I have been out at like like at film festivals. I've been stopped by some people to say hi, and um, the craziest one, I was on an airplane going to Los Angeles, and um, somebody leaned over the seat and was like, "Hey, do you run a horror channel?" Which was super weird. but it's always cool. Um, speaking of getting recognized, um, oh my god, it's Colby Does Horror. Dude, I'm trying to figure out this YouTube Live thing. Colby, if you're in here, is the streaming lagging? Is the stream lagging, like, whatsoever? I'm also really trying to, like, figure out this new camera. I bought this new 4K camera, and the coloring is fucking it looks clean, dude. Okay, cool. The coloring in the camera hub, I'm wondering if I'm not seeing what you guys are seeing. I don't know. Whatever. I just need to do this whole, like, I just need to do this whole YouTube Live thing, and just I really need to hit this shit hard. Dude, speaking of Cody Leach and Sean Chandler, anytime you hang out with Cody Leach and Sean Chandler, they get stopped all the fucking time. It's, like, adorable. Anytime I'm with, like, Sydney from Horror Chronicles, she gets stopped for photos all the time. But I hung out with James and Chelsea from Dead Meat, for hours at South by, last week. They get stopped all the time. Um, Also, if you ever get to meet James and Chelsea, they are the sweetest people, so humble. Chuck and I were like, yeah. So I hung out with James and Chelsea at the Ready or Not 2 after party. Chatted with them for like an hour. Um, we got to take a photo with them. They posted it on their channel, which was pretty cool. And then we just like would run into them sporadically throughout the festival. They would always stop, say hi, how are you? What's on your agenda? And then Chuck, if you know Chuck, the movie guy, Chuck and I had to wait in a standby line for the film called Buddy, and we were right behind James and Chelsea the entire hour and an hour and a half that we were waiting in line for that movie. So we just got to chat and hang out with James and Chelsea for like an hour. Um, Super nice. That's what's cool about the festivals. I don't necessarily think that I have like a massive channel and that like people are gonna really know who I am. Um, but getting to be in the environment that puts a bunch of creators and actors and directors together in the same room, and like you can just like chat and admire each other's work, and things like James said a really nice thing about Chuck and I. James and Chelsea were both like, how long have you guys been doing this horror content thing? And we were like, 2 years, and they were like, "Wow, you guys seem like you guys been doing this for a long time." So, to hear that from James and Chelsea was super sweet, super nice. Colby, how was your convention if you are still here? I can't tell who's all in the chat. Is your bank broke? Mine would be. Mine is. Dude, the TikTok views are terrible this month, and the amount of physical. Oh, Mr. Kruger. The Confession of Fred Krueger is one of my favorite shorts, especially as an Elm Street fan. I need to watch that one. I haven't seen that. I need to check that out. How long is that short? I keep getting texts. This replay. I'm still watching. Has everybody seen Undertone? It's such a divided movie. Did anybody go watch it? I loved it, but I knew that it was going to be divisive. Also, random question, Mr. Kruger, Jeb, anybody that's in here. Also, Big Goobs, I didn't see your comment. I'm so sorry. That's so nice of you to say. You've always been very supportive of me in the channel, so I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, thank you. Oh, half an hour. That's not terrible. But anybody that's in here, I have a question. Where did you find my channel? Did you guys find my stuff from TikTok and you like came over to YouTube, or is this a straight you found me on? I'm trying to figure out because in my opinion, TikTok is on a slow decline, and I'm trying to figure out where to like focus, and I think YouTube is that place, but fuck, it's so hard. Facebook, that's sweet. So you found me on Facebook and came over here. That's nice. Facebook is on the up and up too. I'm like very focused on Facebook. YouTube Shorts. Okay. Dude, listen. That Robert England story is one of my favorites that I have. TikTok, okay, so it's just kind of like ever. That's why you have to have multiple pages. Okay, cool. I do really want to. Facebook is definitely anybody that's in here that does content and you're not on Facebook, which sounds weird. It sounds really weird to say. Facebook is making a comeback for sure. Okay. I need to go through. You guys want to see my goodies? I need to go through this. I got We Buried the Dead the other day. I need to put that on the shelf. I know this was not the GOAT is live. Dude, the GOAT's live. I need to start doing more live. I'm like gonna try to do more live specifically on YouTube. So because every time I go live, I miss going live on TikTok. The TikTok lives were so good, but then something with my internet or something, people kept coming in and being like, "It's lagging, it's lagging, it's lagging." So I just couldn't do TikTok lives. I missed doing the whole live thing. I really want to focus on building the YouTube channel. So here we go. Your cooties. What? Sag. I must not get that reference. I'm like old though. So I got We Bury the Dead the other day. I know this wasn't very loved, but I saw it. I saw it last year's South by Southwest, and went in knowing absolutely nothing, and I loved it. It's a little slow for sure. What I will say about We Bury the Dead, you said cooties, but thought you said, oh, goodies. Oh, yes. No, I'm not showing my cooties. Nobody wants to see that. What was terrible about the marketing for We Bury the Dead was the trailer and the marketing really made it seem like it was going to be just a full-on action-packed zombie film, and that is not what that is. So that's one of the benefits of doing the film festivals and seeing movies before the marketing comes out, because like it's the marketing, it does its job, it gets people in seats, but sometimes it just gives you this like false expectation. So that sucks. Right, I'm glad to clear up. That's how I found you. Love that video since I've been an England fan too and waved at me. Yeah, dude, Robert, if you haven't had the chance to meet Robert England, he's so nice. He will talk your ear off. That's why his line takes like nine hours, because he'll talk to you for 18, 20 minutes. Okay. Next up, Good Boy. I love this fucking movie. I love it so much. I don't care what anybody says. This is a good movie. I love this movie. I gotta put that on the shelf. But opinions. So I'm a freak. I bought this version. This is the UK. It comes in a nice little like case. I haven't opened it yet. But this is an import from the UK. And then they put this one out. I spoke to the director last week. And the only reason why, not the only reason, I wanted to support this film a third, fourth, whatever time. But I spoke to Ben last week. I saw him at South by, and I walked right up to him, and I was like, "Ben, I loved your movie. I've seen it four to five times." He again, I keep saying this about people, but I think you have to in this day and age. There's this like when you sometimes when you meet people, they're just awful. So I like to point people when they are good and nice and respectful. I like to point that out. Ben, the director of Good Boy, is exactly that. I was talking to him, and he said that there's like an extra bonus feature on the US version of Good Boy versus this one. But now I've got two. So I'm also a psycho, and I collect physical media. I don't know if you've seen the collection. And then there's more over here, and then there's more over here. These are all VHS. But then, yes, I'm a freak. Speaking of, okay, oh, dude, yes, sir. I need to get used to this new camera. Piranha Steelbook. You see this fucking thing? This cover, brother. Again, I haven't opened these yet. I just like to have them. I walked into, I know people are very touchy about Walmart, but listen, I get it. I do. But Best Buy doesn't sell physical media anymore. Target doesn't sell physical media anymore. I know people hate Target too. Sorry if I'm triggering people, but like Target doesn't sell physical media. Best Buy doesn't sell physical. Like there's nowhere to buy physical, like new physical media in like actually to drive and pick it up here other than Walmart. So I always go like once a week. Anyway, I want to go to the last Blockbuster in Bend so bad. I was talking to Sydney and Gigi, which if you don't follow Sydney or Gigi, which I'm guessing if you follow me, you probably do, but Sydney Horror Chronicles, she has a great podcast. I imagine you guys probably listen to it. And then Gigi Room for Scream. I was talking to them about we might go do a last Blockbuster trip, which would be super cool. Anyway, The Ugly Stepsister. Again, I haven't opened it. I will. This is Oscar nominated, which is insane. A movie like this is Oscar nominated. I remember seeing this Overlook last year, and when I was at the theater watching this movie, not once in my brain when I got done did I say that's going to be Oscar nominated? So like the fact that that's even a thing is crazy. Why haven't you seen The Ugly Stepsister? Do you do foreign films? Do you like not to put that on you, but a lot of people give me shit for recommending foreign films because they don't want to read a movie and it needs to be in English and things. So like it is a foreign film. Maybe that's why. But if you don't mind foreign films, um, Ugly Stepsister is a must watch. Brock, my dog, what's going on, brother? I'm testing out this camera, this new 4K webcam camera because I'm gonna start doing more like podcast guest spots and things. It's weird. It's all noisy and shit, but I don't know if how you see it, if how you're seeing it is how I see it on it. I don't know. It's different on my camera hub. I like how it looks on my camera hub, but on YouTube not so much. So I need to figure that out. See if I put it, that's black and white, which is a vibe. It's all no I think I need more light in here. That looks bad. Anyway, I don't know, man. Do people care? Like, just be honest with me. Like, do you care if the camera looks like shit? I've always been told like YouTuber, like people that do YouTube, like they really care. Um, looks fine to you. Okay, well, shit. Hell yeah, brother. I like how we're in an era where films are yes, yes. No, not really. It's fine to me. All right, cool. Well, if you guys are happy, I'm here to talk with you guys. So if you guys are good, I'm good. Fuck, sweet. Um, Substance Centers, The Ugly Sister. Yeah, dude. Horror cleaned up Frankenstein. Hell, the special effects, hair and makeup costume department was just littered. Sinners, Ugly Stepsister, Frankenstein, like so good. Camera looks crispy. All right, cool. Well, I'll dick around with this some more on the back end then and see looks good. You'll find your groove. Yeah. We'll find it. Um that's on The Bride. I liked it. I liked The Bride. Um I see why people did not like The Bride. Um but I thought Jesse Buckley was incredible. Incredible. I loved some people did not like the whole um Mary Shelley aspect. I loved that. That was because I didn't really watch a full trailer, so I didn't really expect the whole Mary Shelley thing. Um I thought how she like went in and out of both of those personalities was fantastic. Um Christian Bale was great, but I thought Jesse Buckley was incredible. Um, I it was a bit messy, and I did not like when they would go back to like the detectives. Whenever the detectives were on the screen, I was like, I'm good. Um, I don't know if it was like the acting or what, but it was definitely a huge swing and, like, a unique, like, Joker, Bonnie and Clyde take on the characters of Frankenstein and the Bride. Um, so, like, I liked the swing. Um, I don't think it was like a 5 out of 5, and I definitely see why people hated it, but for me personally, I walked away going, I don't mind it. What I will say though, and I don't think that it was ever really marketed as a horror movie. It's definitely not. Um, like the dancing numbers and things, I was kinda like I always have weird with that. "Hi, Steven. How are you? I could watch Christian Bale read a new newspaper." Listen, yeah, him, um through therapy, I had to read Green Lights by, Matthew McConaughey, and instead of reading it, I listened to the Audible, um, where Matthew actually read the book. I could listen to that man talk all fucking day. Um, yes, I agree. It was more of a crime drama with horror elements like sprinkled throughout. Steven, yes. I was at the premiere of Ready or Not 2 at South by Southwest last week. Um, I enjoyed it. I think I prefer the first one because um, you go into the first one not really expecting where the movie's gonna go. So like it's been out forever, so I don't feel like there's any like spoilers here, especially if you follow this page. Like you've probably seen the first one, right? But like the finale with the explosions and like what happens, like that was such a surprise. Going into the sequel, you're expecting that. You now know the world. How are they going to expand it and things? So it kind of felt like there wasn't necessarily like any sort of like major surprise in the film. Um, People are comparing it to like it's like MCU-ified, which I get. Um, but yeah, I for a sequel, since you haven't seen it yet, I won't dive any more into it. Project Hail Mary, 5 thumbs down, brother. Terrible. Statement. Question? Um, but it's a sequel that does not need to exist, but I'm glad that it does exist. But I do prefer the first one. Dude, I listen, I thought it was great. I was a little tired, little snoozy throughout throughout the movie, but it was good. Watch me get emotional over a fucking rock. Jesus. Um, I thought it was great. What's up, Ghost? How we doing? Steven, you have a great day too. Thanks for hanging out. Ghost, you're new to the channel. What's up? If you like horror movies, this is the place to be. I've been doing horror content now for a couple years. It's kind of my full-time thing now, trying to make it continuing to be my full-time thing. So if you follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, I post there pretty much every day. I'm trying to build this YouTube channel. I post my podcast on here every Friday. The podcast is new, so I have a podcast, I have a YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I do all the major festivals, South by Southwest, Fantastic Fest, Overlook. Um, I talk about horror movies every day. So if you love that kind of shit, you're in the right place. Thanks for checking it out. Spot on. Hail Mary and everything everywhere all at once. Yes, sir. Got to watch a movie called Jump Scare this weekend, a horror hell. What's up, Nick? How are you, man? Um, Jump Scare, has this been on your radar? No, it's not. Can you make this so we can hype your video? It's like sharing. How do I do that? What do you mean? Do I need to like change something so you can share it? I'm brand new to this YouTube live thing. So anything that I need to change on my end to like have you guys share things or whatever, like, oh, okay. A lot of what I've been posting on the YouTube the last couple of months is my podcast. I need to try to I need to, says comment or chat, add. I don't see that in the live settings. You can't hype a stream. So that's only for a video that I post. Well, I've got hype is for after it's posted. Okay, cool. So I need to check the settings to make sure. So when this video gets posted on the channel. Nick, how was Horror Hound? Did you have a great time? I need to look up this jump scare. Oh, I need to finish this too. Bay of Blood? Anybody? Mario Bava? Fantastic movie. Friday the 13th rips this movie off. Yes, it does. Dude, listen, when I saw this, this was like $80 or something. I don't care. Look at this. It's beautiful. No, people don't talk about this. And I don't really know why. I don't know if it's because it's old or what, but it's so good. A little coffee break. Thank you guys for hanging out. This has been a nice little this was such a random impromptu YouTube live. Several of you just hanging out, just chatting. Thank you so much. Is this what I would like to start doing if this if the stream's not lagging, I need to figure out this like color thing for the camera because that kind of bothers me. Figure that out, but I would love to start implementing like schedule, like every Friday or whatever, doing a live. I think that would be cool. Horror Hound was great. Two fantastic films called Jump Scare and keeping it from. Oh, dude, I um I have Lily's Ritual in my inbox. I need to watch it. Was it good? I've had it in my inbox for a little bit, and then I went to I went to South by Southwest, and not that I'm like movied out, but I got it right before I left, and I could not sneak it in before. It looks great. I hear it's a bit of a slow burn. What's this jump scare? How that is there anybody of like notoriety in jump scare? Is it like random jump scare? Is it this? I'm not gonna lie to you. If it's this, if I saw this poster, I wouldn't watch it. But if you're telling me that it's the way to go, I'll yeah, okay, cool. I definitely wanna see Lily's ritual. Maybe I'll pull it up on my inbox tonight and watch it. Okay. So that is it. Okay. I'm gonna add this to my list. I need to go to Letterboxd and, like, update my 2026 list. I've been slacking on that. Been slacking. Lily's Ritual is great. It's way more brutal than I thought. Dude, it looks brutal. It gives me very Evil Dead vibes. Very much Evil Dead vibes. I about fell out of my chair. I have no room to put any of these DVDs. I'm gonna have to condense my sister and got me a bunch of Funko Pops. I might need to condense those down for an extra shelf for all my shit. Dude, that's so funny you brought up Frailty because I was going through a list of like forgotten movies yesterday, and that was like number 3. And I thought to myself, I need to rewatch that. That's hilarious. What's everybody what's everybody's most anticipated for the rest of the year? Yeah, screen my call. Don't call me. My most anticipated was Hokum, and I got to see it at South by. Nick, Nick, Nick. Obsession is so good. Obsession, I saw it a second time at South by last week, and it is like confirmed. Like I'm not. I get yelled at all the time for like overhyping or whatever. So like I'm not gonna go into it, but it was my favorite movie of Fantastic Fest. It was my favorite movie of South by. I loved it. I cannot wait for Evil Dead Burn. The same guy that did Infested. Sign me up. I loved Infested. Clayface, I mean, Mike Flanagan's involved. Sign me up. Francis Galuppi is currently filming Evil Dead Wrath right now too, which is super cool. We're getting 2 Evil Dead movies like back to back, which is pretty cool. Oh, Goobs. I can't wait for you to see Hunting Matthew Nichols. I thought they did a fantastic job of Like, it feels like a real documentary. I mean, it's totally real, not a movie at all. Yeah, I what Curry and, Cooper and all them did with Milk and Cereal and just rolled right into Obsession. There is a reason why they signed, I think it was a 3-picture deal with Blumhouse. Um, they're crushing it. How they're able to, like, navigate and work within this, like, comedy, horror, because there's definitely some comedic parts of Obsession, but from somebody that I have a hard time with horror comedy, that was my big thing with Weapons. I feel like it crossed the line. Zach Kreger likes to, like, cross the line into, like, now we're gonna be super funny, and I think it, like, kills the tension and things. It Obsession, it did not. Milk and Cereal is great. It's really good. They shot Milk and Cereal for $800, which is insane. Yeah, it's a quick watch if I mean, do you watch, Curry's, like, shorts at all? Like, their, like, That's About Ideas short form? He says it's blasphemy. That's awesome. No, here's here's how I here's how I here's how I look at that, is in 2024, I watched 400 horror movies. Last year, I watched like 380, something like that. So, like, um, the way I look at it is not everybody watches the amount of movies that I watch. Not everybody has the time to watch the amount of movies that I watch. If there's something that I feel like people should 100% see, they haven't seen it yet, I'm not going to give you shit for not having seen it. I'm going to be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that you get to see this for the first time." Like, that's awesome. Um Gotta run. Have a good one, brother. Got to get you on my horror light. Yeah, hit me up. Thank you for hanging out, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you guys enjoy this kind of like live, just like sitting down and chit chatting and stuff too, I will definitely work this into my weekly schedule. I think that would be sweet. Um, I think so. It's like, is it like 45 minutes to an hour? I can't remember. I think it's like an hour, right? Technically, I do know that technically Obsession is like Curry Barker's, like, directorial feature-length debut. So for dude, I miss the TikTok lives, but whenever I would do the TikTok lives, the last year or so, I got told that it was just lagging. So, like, I couldn't keep doing them. People said it was like it was unwatchable. So I can plug in my Ethernet cable to my computer. I can hop on YouTube, and this just helps me build the YouTube channel because I want this to kind of be. I know YouTube from a content perspective is like you really do need like a good YouTube channel. It's a lot harder. It's a different world and things, but like very beneficial for anybody that does content like I do to have a YouTube. So if I can go live on YouTube and get more people and get more subs and especially I don't know what this whole like um also am I loud? My microphone is at like 1. Do I need to like adjust that? I don't know. You guys will let me know if anything is like too quiet or whatever. Okay, cool. The chat's going off like crazy. Volume seems okay to me. All right, sweet. Volume seems okay. You got good to me. Hell yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my text thread with Sid, Chuck, and GG. My phone was going buzz, 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 buzz. Hell yeah. So what's I know there's not like a ton of people in here. There's like what, 8 if I'm reading this correctly. What would be a good day time to maybe do this like every week? I might just pop in and do it whenever the hell I feel like it, to be honest. That's the vibe. But I need to find more space for all my shit. I'm indecisive. Yeah, same. I'm just gonna put these away. I can read it from here. I'm just gonna have to do this for now. Maybe Wednesdays, Thursdays. Usually drop the podcast episodes. If you build it, they will come. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I have like no room for all my shit. Yeah, I think with podcasts dropping Fridays, probably do something during the week because I try not to. Sydney drops her podcast Wednesdays. Chuck and Cody drop theirs. I think I don't know, Thursdays. I picked Fridays for a reason because I didn't want to like step on anybody else's like release schedule. Does everybody in here listen to the podcast? Don't lie to me. I see the numbers. Yes, really enjoying the podcast. Thank you. Thank you. I still need to catch up on your latest episode. Great. Thank you guys. I I really appreciate that. The podcast, there's not a lot of you in here. I think I've touched on it on the podcast, um, but this is a random thought that I just need to get out because I'm thinking about it. The podcast for me is something, I don't wanna say it's hard for me to record, but it was very difficult for me to start. I've always had a speech impediment, ever since I was, like, young, and it goes through waves. Um, it goes through waves, like, it gets really bad some days, some weeks, and then it's, like, unnoticeable some days, some weeks, but, like, with these lives, I can't edit my stuttering out, and I don't wanna do a ton of editing on the podcast. I want it to just feel very natural, like we're just sitting down in a room having a conversation, which is why I'm very weary on, like, bringing in guests, because then I really can't, edit. So, the fact that I, 1, started a podcast, 2, um, have continued to post it, and 3, like, have anybody listen to it, is in is incredible. But that's something that I'm continuing to try to, like, work through and just kind of being okay with, like, if I stutter, I stutter. I it is what it is. It's the big thing of, like, when I really have a hard time, like, my, like, head does this whole, like, tilt thing, and I hate it. But yeah. I hope the podcast is enjoyable and entertaining. It's not boring. I never know. I don't listen to a ton of pods. I listen to like Sydney's and Chuck's, and um, as a creator, I feel like a creative, you're always going to be harder on yourself. So like it's hard to like listen to my podcast and be like, I don't know if this is enjoyable. So, yeah, but if it's working, it's working. I'm so happy that if you listen to it, thank you, thank you, thank you. But if at any time, if you're if you do listen to the podcast and you have any sort of like um if you have any suggestions, feedback, just don't be mean to me. Jeb, not to put you on the spot, Jeb, but when you say your podcast is pretty good, what would make the podcast great? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm brand new to the space. I'm brand new to YouTube, this whole live stuff. The podcast is very new. See, put your thinking cap on. Like your gut says it's pretty good, but like, what would make it great? You know what I'm saying? And that's just me being a jackass, trying to put you on the spot. Was it 10:30? The morning's flying. Didn't think I was gonna hit you with that, huh? See, you got to be on your toes here. I do think I have been Your podcast is cool because it's your style and your stutter is a part of you. You're doing a great job. Thought it was great to start in person on your first. Yeah, I loved that first episode. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. I got some shit about, on that first one because they were like, it's a horror podcast and this is more of a therapy session. But I'm just like, I haven't really talked about this stuff on the channel. So like, I thought it was a great first episode and great way to like kind of start the whole thing. So I'm happy that it worked for some people. It didn't work for some, but it did work for a lot. Some intro music, outro music. All right, cool. Maybe I'll have to work with somebody. I have my little like scream, thing that comes in after I give the intro. Um but maybe some like outro music would be good. Okay. Maybe I need to like work with a composer to give me something cool. Um, like I said, maybe talk about your likes, dislikes, and talk about what you have done if you were among the creative people in the film you're reviewing. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, cool. Ever thought about doing your own horror flick? Yes. I don't know that I ever will. I have ideas for shorts. My roommate, best friend, Sean and I are thinking about maybe doing one. I helped him on his. I have a couple of ideas for shorts. One's very body horror, practical effects vibe, which I would need a decent amount of money to um what's the word? To like execute it. Um there's a home invasion one that I think would be pretty cool. That would be a little easier to do, nothing like genre changing or anything, but I've got a home invasion short that I would like to film too, but I just don't know if or when. But I do think that that would be pretty cool. And yeah, Kruger, that's exactly what I thought. Like, what better way to start the podcast than like, hey, you might have been following me for a while, and like this is how I even got here, kind of vibe. How often do I have ideas for short films? Not very often, because it's one of those things where like I personally like I have like random ideas, but then I'm so like overly critical of like my ideas because I'm like, okay, if it's not like anything like brand new or inventive or it's similar to something or whatever, I'm kind of like, there's no point. Um, so then I just kind of like let it fly. Um, but I need to start like keeping a random like note in my phone of just like all the random short uh, ideas that I have because like I want to say Chuck got to talk to Curry Barker during South by, and Curry said that they have hundreds of just like ideas for shorts, and they just roll hundreds. I'm just like, holy shit, which is kind of crazy. That's just, I mean, that's what they do though. I'm just a guy that gets on online and gives my unsolicited opinions about other people's movies. Yeah. But when you're I feel like when Curry and Cooper and, like, anybody that's, like, my buddy screenwriter Nick, he just got done shooting his first feature film called Playhouse. They won the Fantastic Fest, pitch contest last year. They won $100,000 to go film, and, um but he's a content creator, but he also, like, his thing is, like, he's a screenwriter. So, like, when you are a storyteller, I feel like Cody Leach, dude, we were just talking about you like an hour ago. There's the legend. Dude, how are you feeling? I saw your story that you've got, like, the plague. Oh, so I got that. I figured I would just, like, try it. See, Jeb, I wasn't lying. I told you Cody Leach was my friend. um, it I got that 4K Elgato camera. I was talking to Chuck about it during South by. The camera that I have on my computer is trash. So I bought that and I'm trying to mess with it, but it doesn't look I have the camera hub and it looks a lot better in the camera hub than it does actually on YouTube. So I'm like trying to figure that out, but then I get sucked into the conversation 'cause I didn't think that anybody would even like really join this. I thought I could just like test the camera out. But then people actually hopped in, so we've been having conversations. But yeah, definitely an early stream. Um, dude. I'm guessing it's worse than the Festival Flu. Festival Flu is trash. I've escaped it the last couple of times. Yeah, never for recording videos. That's what Chuck said. I have to figure out this tweaking thing for the lives and like pot. And it doesn't look terrible, but it just there's a lot more of like there's an actual like color grade and like LUT on in the camera hub itself, but then it's not transferring the same onto the live. I also need more light in this room. Um, I think for this situation. But like YouTube lives, um, I I've been asked to do like to hop on a couple like video podcasts coming up too. And like my basic camera through my computer's trash. And it always just like changes out my colors and I'm always the worst looking one. I'm like kind of like I need to step up my game. So yeah, yeah, I'm streaming with it right now, but it's weird. Like I'll have to um I'll actually like send you this later when I'm done. It just looks a lot different. But it's definitely a lot better than my basic camera. So, and it wasn't really that expensive either. So I was like, whatever. But I'm happy that you're feeling better because that something is going around. Um, something is going around for sure. I thought for a second when I first got home that I caught something, but I escaped it, which is nice. Not always going to happen, but yeah, no, I mean, Cody's post, I saw like he definitely is the worst that I've at least have read about, but my buddy Brandon, um, haven't been bedridden since I had that viral infection. 100%. That's what I was getting ready to say too. Is like, um, specifically with this year's South by and how they changed, like, um, the scheduling and stuff, and you had to be in the lines and all that. Like, I didn't feel like I had time to do my normal like out of theater reaction stuff, which TikTok hates now. So I shouldn't like spend that time doing it anyway. But I got home and I feel like now this is not a waste whatsoever, but I've been in here over an hour and I have so many videos that I need to make, but um you're usually on top of it. And I was like, I wonder if he's not feeling very good, and that's not great. I hope you're able to at least get some strength to pump out a video or two here soon. My buddy Brandon just had that a couple weeks back, and he said the same thing. He just couldn't even get out of bed, but he said it wasn't COVID. So I don't know what the hell it is. My roommates had some sort of a cold. Nick, thanks for stopping in, bro. I just saw Project Hail Mary last night, which is crazy of me. I just watched like 18 movies at South by, and I thought, oh, I'll go and watch a fucking another one. It's great. Enjoy. Yeah, I was talking to Chuck about that this morning. I haven't. I have her blocked. I have. Yeah, that shit is annoying as hell. But it's not. Chuck was saying it's not her, it's like somebody new or something. Yeah, I don't know. All that shit's getting super annoying. And it's going nowhere. What up, Junior? Oh, okay. Okay. This is like month 6 of this shit. So annoying. Everybody's a big fan of Cody Leach. Cody Leach is the legend. Oh, that's like I really want to come to Horror Hound one of these years. Horror Hound happens like twice a year, right? A lot of these, or is it multiple horror hounds in different places? Maybe that's it. Is it 10:40? I need to like have a Zoom meeting with them. Who? Ever done Scarefest? No. Where's Scarefest at? I would love to do a horror convention like tour. I think that'd be fire. Oh, Samara Weaving, I love you. Happens twice a year. That's that's like Monster Mania up in like Pennsylvania. They have them several times a year. What horror convention is Robert England not at? To be honest, he's everywhere. Where's Scarefest at? I could Google it, but I'm lazy. Oh, Lexington, Kentucky. Really? I don't live too far from Kentucky, to be honest. How far is Lexington from here? Thank you, Junior. This is all my physical media. There's more physical media over here and over here. These are all my VHSs. There's more VHSs over here. And then there's more stuff that you can't see on this back wall. But yeah, I started really getting deep into collecting again a few years back, and it's wild. Yeah, I'm 3 hours away. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. There's 9 viewers and 11 likes. So this says 911. Never forget. I had the pleasure of meeting Robert England and Brad Dourif the same day at Mad Monster. I was like, dude, that's crazy. Robert England and Brad Dourif back to back. That's nuts. There we go. 9. Yep. See, never forget. Now it's 912. Robert, when I met Robert at my first horror convention back in like 2013, something like that. It was before horror conventions like really blew up. So like his line was still like 2 hours long. But I feel like waiting in a 2-hour line for Robert England these days is like a dream because dude. But I've never been to one where Brad was at. I think he would be very cool to meet and chat with. Robert will talk your ear off. He's so nice. He'll talk your ear off, and that's why his line's 9 hours long. I imagine his handler, which is such a weird thing to say, but I think that's what they're called, right? Handler. I bet they hate it. But that's just the way it is. Which I feel like it's great because then you meet some of these people. I will not name names. That you wait in their line for an hour plus, and it's literally like they sign your thing, and then you don't even, hi, how are you? And then like that's it. It's like, oh, okay. I just paid you $75 for a quick little signature and a hi, and got thrown back to the wolves. Which at the end of the day, they don't owe you anything. So conventions are weird. I do love them though. A lot of fun. Cody, you had a pretty good Monster Palooza too. When we went last year. Brad Dourif is great in everything. I love him. His Fiona is also great. Especially in the Chucky show when she does the younger version of Charles. Spot on. Oh, Joey's not in LA anymore. Interesting. Yeah, that kind of changes. Yeah. Chucky laugh is her actual laugh. Which time that's dude. Yeah. I think meeting the two of them would be amazing. Yeah, I feel like she's incredibly underrated. People don't really talk about her a whole hell of a lot. But I don't know if I mean, it got canceled, so I don't really know if the Chucky show is like that popular, but I thought she was great. My daughter, yeah. For some for some reason that does not shock me that Brad's like, I don't really want to be here, but whatever. Uh, Financially speaking, it can't be that bad of a thing. You're fucking Chucky. He's like, I don't want to be here, brother. That's what's nice when you meet the people that you know that they technically don't want to be there, but like it's not a bad experience when you meet the people that don't want to be there and they let you know. It's almost like an inconvenience that you're coming up to their table. It's like, why are you even here then? Like, just go home. Again, not gonna name names, but I've met a couple. Monster Palooza, actually one of the nicest people I met at Monster Palooza when we were there was Isabel Furman. She was super sweet. Like nobody was at her table. I just walked right up and said hi. Yeah, those photo ops are super quick. They just herd you in, you take your photo and you go. The last photo op that I paid for was with Art the Clown in costume years back before they like blew up. There was still hundreds of people in his line, but like now it's like his lines are massive. They sell out so fast, like they do like multiple sessions. Meeting David Howard Thornton in person, I've never had a bad interaction with him. Um, I've never had a bad interaction with the entire Terrifier crew, if I'm being honest. Um, Michael Levy's super sweet. Always welcoming when I see him. Uh I saw Michael randomly at Halloween Horror Nights last year. I was getting a cheeseburger and he saw me in the crowd and came up to me and gave me a big hug, like super sweet. Um, David's always really nice to talk to. I met Lauren Lavera at her first convention ever. She's so like just welcoming, and I've met Damien 3 or 4 times. Not that he knows who I am, but like I've met him at conventions 3 times. I got to interview him for the Terrifier 3 premiere too, like we were talking about earlier. You've never been to Halloween Horror Nights? I highly recommend that shit, man. It's so much fun. I haven't really been involved in, like, all the rumors and things for this year. They always throw on a great experience, though. I'm trying to get on Universal's radar so I can go to both of them. I wanna go, um would love to get invited to, like, the opening night ceremony thing that they do in Hollywood, and then I always have an annual trip that I go for my birthday down to the Orlando one. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool experience. Hell yeah. Yeah, but if you've never been to a Halloween Horror Nights, I some way, shape, or form, make it out one of these years. It's a blast. It's expensive. Highly recommend getting a express pass. I know it's expensive, but if you do not get the express pass and you try to get everything done in one night, it's very, very, very hard. Some of those houses get to be like 2.5, 3 hour waits, and it's awful. Awful. Okay, I just looked up. It's 11 o'clock. I have errands to run. I have content to make. I did not expect to be on here for an hour and a half. I was just going to test out this camera. If you have a fast pass, I don't think it's even. No, I agree. I went 1 year without it, and it was terrible. But so yeah, if you go to Halloween Horror Nights and you get the express pass, Cody, I hope you feel better. Have a great day. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. Nice little camera test. I enjoyed this. Makes me want to do more of these. I'll work this into my schedule because the YouTube needs to be built. I'm trying to get on Cody's level. You know what I'm saying? So, um, peace out. Have a great day. Watch something spooky this week. Bye.